Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do something new for my channel, something new for myself as well, and that is to create an everyday makeup drawer. As of late, I've been purchasing quite a lot of makeup and kind of want to nip that in the bud. I also am finding that a lot of my collection has become neglected, so I definitely want to go back into my collection and pull out what I feel like it needs a bit more love because I've not reached for it a while, and then just try and use a select amount of products for the month of January. I'm a person that gets quite bored easily, which is why I think I buy so much makeup, because I'm constantly wanting to try new things. But I'm hoping if I put enough in the makeup drawer that I won't get bored enough that I can do it for the whole of January. So what I'll do now is I will go over to my vanity and pull some items together, create my everyday makeup drawer, and then I will put the camera back on and go through the items that I have chosen. If I film the process of me actually picking, you would be here all day because I'm so indecisive. So I thought I wouldn't film that bit because it is going to take quite a while, and then I will just film and show you what I have actually chosen. Okay, as suspected, that did take a while to get this collection of products together. I don't actually know where to begin here, so I'll probably run through it in the order that I would do my face. That's probably the easiest thing to do. So starting here with a primer, and I have gone for the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I can't remember the last time I actually reached for this one. It's not a bad primer, I just didn't feel like it actually did anything to blur my pores, but I do want to give it another go because I have tried a couple of other blurring primers since, and I was in a similar situation with them, to be honest, but they were just samples, so this is an actual full-size one that I've purchased. I want to give this another go. Foundation wise, I've gone for the e.l.f. Flawless Finish, I think it's called, and I am in the shade Porcelain, I think. I've not reached for this for a while and I can't remember if it's too light for me, but I'm thinking January is a month I'm probably at my palest, so it's the perfect time to test if it is too light for me. If it is but I like it, I will buy a darker shade of it to see if I can find a better match for me. If it obviously is too light and I don't like it, I will just get rid of it at the end of the month. But I do want to give it a fair shot because I don't think I've reached for this a lot. As my backup foundation, should that e.l.f. one be too light, I've gone for the Rimmel Lasting Finish, and in this one I'm in the shade Ivory. This is the one that I used in my recent Get Ready With Me, and I think the shade of this is pretty good. At the time I wore it in that video, I hadn't worn it for a while, so I wanted to pull this one back out and give it some love because I did really enjoy it. Then on to concealers. I've stuck this sample in here. This is the Benefit Boing concealer, and this is one that I got from the Feel Unique Pick and Mix samples. As you can see, I've used about half of it. I want to use the other half up because if I remember rightly, I did actually quite enjoy this and I would be interested in purchasing it, but I can't remember enough if I did like it, so I want to use this up in the month of January, and then if I do like it I might purchase it in February because I am trying to do a no buy in January. Then I have my trusty YSL Touche Eclat, which is this brushed tip concealer, and I'm in the shade 1. This is the concealer I wear every single day under my eyes. Because I don't wear foundation on a daily basis, this is all the coverage I kind of wear, so definitely couldn't live without having this, so had to put this in the drawer. I've then pulled out my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. This is one that I had kind of stopped using because I felt like I had better products, but after trying it again a few times recently, I did realise that I do really like it. And I've also run out of my Barry M Flawless Finish concealer, so I do need something to cover my blemishes. I think this does a better job of covering my blemishes than it does covering my dark under eye circles. Then onto setting powders. I've actually thrown a few in here. This is the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder, and this is the one that I do tend to use most days under my eyes because I find it does work well with the YSL one. But I am also fully testing this Laura Mercier setting powder. I think I do prefer this as a setting powder for my whole face as for solely under my eyes. Because of the coverage that it gives, it can get a bit cakey when it's just applied under my eyes. When it's applied to the whole face, it's great. So I think I'm going to revert back to this one for my under eyes, but I will be using this to set my face on the days I wear foundation. And then the other one I have is this L'Oreal True Match setting powder, and this is a pressed setting powder that I will use to give you a bit more coverage throughout the day if I'm out for a long day and think I may need it. So I like to always have this one on backup, so I thought I'd best stick it in. Then we will go on to cheek products. And I've thrown a couple of blushes in here, both of which are the Tarte Amazonian Clay. This one is in the shade Harmony and this one is in the shade Ornate. This is my everyday shade because it is a neutral pinky browny shade, I would say. And this is the one I wear every day for work. Also, I think I'm close to hitting pan. It looks like I've gone quite far down, so I want to kind of finish this one. And then this is a more brighter pink shade. And this is one that I only tend to wear if I'm going out, so did want to have another blush option in there for that. Highlighter wise, again I've thrown in two here. I have the Balm Mary Luminizer, which is the one I use on a daily basis. I don't think I need to wear highlighter on a daily basis, but it makes me feel a bit better, so I do. And I have had this for a good while, as I use it every single day. I'm barely making a dent in it. And then for brighter highlighter, I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in the shade Precious Petals. Again, this is going to be solely for filming days and for if I go out, because I do like a slightly brighter highlighter for that. Bronzer wise, I have thrown in the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. I haven't been really reaching for bronzer as of late, but do want to start reaching for it again, because I have applied it the past few times. I've applied a full face of makeup and I do think it has made me look that little bit healthier, especially given it being the colder months and me not having any real natural colour on my face. So wanted to get back into wearing that again, so thought I would just stick this one in because it's a really nice tone to it. Then on to brows, and I have my trusty Benefit Goof Proof pencil in the shade 3, and this just looks like that. I do wear this every single day. Again, couldn't really cope without it. Don't need any other brow products, so I've just thrown this one in for that. On to eyes, I've put in 3 eyeshadow palettes here. I didn't want to put too many in because that's been my issue of late. I've just been using new palettes that I've been buying and testing out rather than reaching for ones I've had for a while. This is kind of contradictory to that because these two are my most recent purchases, but my intention is to get quite a lot of use out of these in January, and then in February I want to reach for 2 older palettes. I couldn't quite make that decision to reach for 2 older palettes now because I'm still really enjoying using these, so didn't really want to deprive myself of that. So that's why I've gone for these 3. The first one is the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions. This is a purple tone palette. This is one that, again, I can only really wear when I'm going for a more dramatic eye. I haven't quite yet achieved a subtle look with this palette, but I am really enjoying the shades of this, so did want to have this one to be able to pull out if I need it. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette. Again, I say this was a recent purchase, but I am really enjoying this palette. It has a nice array of shades in it, and it does have the sort of neutrally browns for the day, and I keep reaching for this pink an awful lot. I think that's probably my favourite shade in the palette, and then I do have a couple of brighter shades here should I need them. The final palette here is my Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. This is definitely in my neglected pile, and I don't know if it's because of the amount of shades that I find it so intimidating, or that I just can't seem to get much inspiration when I open it. Again, maybe due to the amount of shades that there are, but I keep looking at neutral palettes online to purchase, and I have so many neutral browns here that I do not need a neutral brown palette. But at the moment, that's what I'm really wanting to wear for work if I do wear eyeshadow for the day. I'm wanting to reach for browns and a very neutral eye look because I work in a very small office and I don't need to wear eyeshadow, but I'm really enjoying applying it in the morning. So I definitely wanted to give this palette some more love, and that's why I've included it in this. Oh, and also I've put in my Milani eyeshadow primer as well, which really surprised me that I remembered to put that in because I'm always forgetting to put it on. Then on to, let's do the eyeliners. So the first one is the Milani Stay Put eyeliner, and this is in the shade Hooked on Espresso. This is another one that I used to wear most days in my waterline, but as of late I've just kept forgetting to apply it. It is a really nice eyeliner. It's just a pencil one, which I've recently sharpened. It glides on really smoothly, and it does stay put as the name intends it to. So I thought I would pull this one back out to remind me to put this in. It's also perfect for days when I don't want to wear eyeshadow. I can just have this on. It still makes my eyes look a bit brighter or more awake. And then I've also gone for my trusty Tarte Manita eyeliner. I did nearly put in the NYX Epic Ink, but I think this one is nearly on its last legs, so I wanted to try and get this finished up before it dries up, which I think it might do, or to be honest, it probably needs getting rid of by the end of January anyway, because I've had this open for quite some time. And then I will probably stick the NYX Epic Ink in for next month. And onto mascaras. Giving myself 3 options here. I've gone for my everyday mascara that I reach for, and that is the Essence Lashes of the Day. I really like the volume and length that it gives me without being too over the top, which is perfect for the office kind of thing. So I had to include this one. Then we have the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara, and this one does give me real dramatic curl. It also spreads my lashes to make me look like I have so many more lashes. So this is my kind of dramatic going out mascara should I need it. And then finally we have the NARS Climax Mascara, and this is one that I didn't too long ago purchase, but it definitely needs some more love because I used a few times when I first purchased it, was disappointed with it and kind of threw it in the back of my drawer. But for the price of it compared to these 2 Essence ones, I definitely need to get my money's worth out of it. Even though I did not pay full price, I still feel like I need to get my money's worth out of it before it goes bad. So I wanted to put it in here to force me to use it. It's definitely not the worst mascara I've ever tried. I was just disappointed for the price tag. On to lip products. This one was really hard to narrow down because I do quite like looking at my larger collection and picking out a lip colour for in the mornings. So I decided to give myself 3 liquid lips and 2 lipstick type products. My theory was I work 5 days a week. I can have a lipstick each day. It's an easy decision to make in the morning. And then of a weekend, I don't always wear lipstick. And if I do, I can pick from one of these. Then I've still got enough neutral shades that I won't look too over the top going down the shops kind of thing. Liquid wise, we have the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte, and this is in the shade Venus. This was one that I got in the Glossy box, and I really like the formula of these. If I didn't have such a large collection, I would consider buying more shades because I do really like them. They are really long wearing, which is perfect for work. So this is a kind of light nudie brown shade. Then I have the Dose of Colours liquid lip, and the shade has come off the bottom, but this is the shade Stone. It was a sticker on the bottom. I'm pulling it in out of the drawer that much. I'm not surprised it's come off. This has quickly become one of my favourite liquid lipstick formulas and shades. And because this is only a small one, I don't think I've got that much left in it. If I do frequently use it throughout the month of January, I do honestly think I could finish it up, which would probably be the first lipstick I've ever finished up, even though it is a small one. But once this one's gone, I will definitely be purchasing the full size of this because I absolutely love the shade and I love the formula and how long lasting these are as well. So this is like a mauvey pink shade. Then we have this Pixi by Petra, and this is in the shade Evening Rose. This is a darker pink shade, but still a everyday wearable shade. When I first bought this, I didn't like it at all. I don't like the applicator, if I'm honest. It's a bit too bent, it's a bit too hard to use for me, but I'm probably just an awkward person. I also get on the cat quite a lot. But as an actual liquid lipstick, it's not a bad formula and it is quite a nice shade. So I've put this in here because I do want to give this a bit more love. I was at one point considering decluttering this, but I've changed my mind. I'm willing to give it another chance. And then on to lipsticks. There's no reason for sticking these 2 in specifically. I think I put this one in because it is a slightly darker, more wintry shade in my opinion. and also it is very moisturising, which is what I need for this time of year. It is to me kind of balm-like. January is usually a pretty cold month in the UK, so I think I will appreciate that a lot more, which is probably why I put that one in. So that is, it's not as dark as it looks on the packaging. Obviously the bullet itself looks lighter. The colour's kind of somewhere in between those two colours. But is it really nice, natural looking, moisturising lipstick. And then we have one of the Colourpop Luxe lips, and this is in the shade Still Crazy. I am really enjoying using this at the moment. This is another one that's a deeper pink colour. It goes on the lips slightly brighter, but these are so long wearing for bullet lipsticks, and I really like the way that this shade fades throughout the course of the day. It doesn't obviously fade, and usually you're just left with a kind of pink tinge by the end of the day, which is perfect. And I think the reason I chose this one is because of that. I am in work for 8 hours a day. I do want my lipstick to last, and this is probably one of the longest lasting bullet lipsticks I have. So that's why I've thrown this one in here. So that is it for this video. Wish me luck in being able to just stick to the items that I've chosen for the month of January and that are in that drawer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.